Hello everybody, it is Reed Mahalko from readaboutsex.com, creator of Sex 10X and Relationship 10X, the two 6-week online courses for people to increase their sexuality skill sets and sexual self-confidence, and also their communication savvy and their emotional IQ. And as a sex and relationship expert and as a professional sex and relationship geek, I'm here to talk to you as a potential sex educator, somebody who's already doing sex education as a profession, maybe as a hobby, or somebody who's an entrepreneur in the sex positive arena. I'm here to talk to you in video number 2 about what you can start doing, a very particular way of looking at your career that will help you start to get some clarity and some insight in what you can do to increase your prosperity as a sex educator or a sex positive professional, and also expand your reach. And for those of you who tuned in yesterday and have been shooting and posting your videos, those of you who rose to our challenge, and we talked about it in video 1, so please go back and review video 1, why shooting video and getting it out there now, even if you don't feel competent or confident about video, why that's important in increasing your prosperity and your reach. Please, please, please continue shooting and posting your videos and sending me the links so that I can cheer you on. In today's 10-minute video, and the timer is clicking away, we're going to talk about something that basically nobody ever talked to me about when I started getting into the sex education world. And that was 10 years ago when I was lucky enough to create a workshop called Cuddle Party that became a huge media news story in 2004 and got me on television and in radio and in print in more than 7 countries and 14 languages. 7 countries or 7 continents. Cuddle Party became a huge news story. And I was fortunate in that I had the media skill sets already, because I had been an actor and I had worked in film and television, to kind of harness that. But with all that promotion and all that media exposure, everybody that I ran to thought I was rich. And me and the other people involved in Cuddle Party at the time, we were broke. We were struggling and hustling to make a living. I had other jobs. I was still bartending. I was still working as an actor to pay the bills. And now, 10 years later, I've had the fortune of using my geekiness as a sex educator and focusing it on the business realm. And now I'm proud to say, for the last 6 years, I've supported myself completely off of sex education. I've done that full time. And now I'm being pulled back in to the film and television realm as a sex educator, creating behind the scenes TV stuff for sex and relationship-oriented programming, and now I'm starting to be able to pull on my experiences from years ago and then merge sex education and TV and film production in a way that I've always dreamt of. And a lot of this has to do with some of the things that we're going to talk about in these videos, and definitely a lot of the stuff we're going to be covering in Sex Geek Summer Camp. So today's talk, what we're going to focus on is a thing that nobody talked to me about early on in my sex ed career, which is, what's your business style? And what I mean by this is, a lot of us who came into the sex education world, or maybe into other realms that you got into when you were a kid, or as you turned into a young adult or a full-fledged adult. A lot of us, when we get interested in an area and want to move into it, we find our heroes or our inspirational figures, and we use them as kind of templates for how we're inspired and how we want to enter into a particular arena. So, the way that I first kind of figured this out was, I was a martial artist for a long time, and I taught martial arts for a long time as well. But basically, I taught martial arts the way that I was taught martial arts. And it wasn't until I had a sensei who actually taught me to teach and to think about how to teach that I started changing or adjusting the way that I was being a sensei to how my actual self-expression was. My sensei in college, and Bob, sensei, if you're watching this, hi, and thank you, he basically taught me how to teach and become my own person as a teacher. And, nothing to knock my other martial arts instructors before that, but they had basically taught me how to teach like they had taught, which was great. They were amazing teachers. But this kind of copies and pastes over into the sex education realm, in that a lot of sex educators I'm meeting basically copy and paste what they think their career should look like based on who they admire and who they emulate. And this is useful in a certain way, but nobody's out there actually teaching, for the most part, how do you discover to be the teacher and the educator that you are? What's your self-expression as a teacher? And what's your business style as a teacher, as a sex educator, as a sex-positive entrepreneur? So that you're not just writing, sex toy reviews or books, or teaching workshops in, sex toy stores because that's what your greatest heroes did. But if you were to be the best sex educator you could be, what's actually your self-expression as an educator? Should you be doing live events? Should you be teaching small workshops or huge workshops? Should you be designing programs or even running an organization or even owning your own adult sex toy boutique? Should you be working for somebody else and having them cut your paycheck? Or should you be your own business owner? For me personally, I'm an entrepreneur because that's how business flows through me, but not every sex educator should be hustling for their own paycheck. We need sex educators working in the nonprofit sector. We need sex educators who are working for the feminist, women-owned sex toy stores and other sex toy companies in the country. There are lots of different places for you to be channeling and funneling your expertise, whether it's blogging or vlogging or teaching workshops or being a coach, or writing books, or creating online programs and content. These are all different areas where you can be focusing your efforts to create content and programming or delivering services that will benefit people, but also harnessing your own natural self-expression and the things that bring you joy. So today, as I run down on my last 2 minutes of this video, I'm going to issue you your challenge for this video. One, leave comments below in the Facebook social app below. I want to hear from you. I want to respond to you guys. But today, as you wait for your next video that's going to come out in a day or two, what's your #1 teaching style? And the way to figure that out, to figure out what your teaching style is look at the things you're already doing naturally. Are you somebody who likes to read and write? So there's your adult learning styles. Some of us are readers, some of us are audio, digesters of information. Some of us are kinesthetic learners who like to learn in the room, one-on-one or in groups. But there's also your teaching style. Should you be teaching workshops? Should you be coaching one-on-one? Should you be teaching small workshops or large workshops? Should you be designing and creating curriculum to be run by an organization? Are you creating a certification program so that you have people who work beneath you and spread your message? Should you just be blogging? Should you be somebody who's creating affiliate programs and networking and marketing that way? There are lots of different ways to be thinking about and looking at what your teaching style is. So look at the hobbies and the things that you're already doing and the ways that you're already teaching and sharing information with people, and see if you can't figure out what your teaching style is. Leave it in the comment sections below. What are you as a teacher, and what are the methods and the mediums that you should use to spread your message? When you hone in on what those are that you're naturally doing, it'll be easier for you to start your career there or focus a lot more energy there. And there's a way to tinker with it so that you get more payback and can monetize it better. And that's the kind of things that we'll be covering in Sex Geek Summer Camp en masse. And also that's the kind of stuff that will be included in the 6-week online program. So that's your challenge for today. Go watch video #1 if you haven't watched it yet. Leave your comments below. Thank you so much. And I look forward to telling you in a couple of days a little bit more about Sex Geek Summer Camp and how you can be a part of Sex Geek Summer Camp or the online course. Thank you so much. Good luck. You rock. Bye.